Hey, Den of Geek and Talking Strange fans, Aaron Sagers here at Ethereal Horror Fest number 4 in Austin, Texas. And I am joined by Joseph Santa Cruz, who is the writer, the director, the producer, and cinematographer of Night Visit, which is a short film that has been showing here at Ethereal. And Joseph, thanks so much for joining me today, man. I really dug the film. I want you to kind of set it up for people that may not be familiar with it. Tell us what it's about.
Yeah, it's essentially about a woman that's like wandering around town and an entity follows her home and then she gets haunted. So yeah, it's pretty simple.
It's so much more than that though, Joseph. It feels like you're kind of, it's a short film, but that could have been a longer synopsis. It's very creepy too. So first up, like, was there something from your own life that kind of inspired this story, or what's the origin of the tale?
Yeah, so I always say there's like two things that like inspired the making and the writing of it. So the story itself is, if you really want to dig deep, it's about anxiety and kind of looking in the mirror and seeing this like creature that you're the creature that's kind of like haunting yourself and causing this like duress on yourself. And then along with that comes like the inability to sleep at night and having all these problems. So yeah, like I said, it was a very personal story that I sat down and started writing, and it was very literal. And then I was like, I'm not really into this. And so I took the horror genre, specifically the paranormal, and kind of like wrapped the story in that. And I think it made it more digestible to like a general audience who, if you watch it, it's entertaining. If you want to dig deeper, there's something more for you to find.
So from my perspective, being a fan and talking a lot about the paranormal, I did enjoy this notion of like an attachment, beware of hitchhiking ghosts, right? So this thing that can follow you home, are you into that kind of genre, the paranormal as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in general, I really love horror as a fan. But yeah, paranormal kind of like really gets to me because I guess it's the fear of the unseen, like what's there, what's watching you. I don't know, that really like creeps me out. And it goes back to like when I was trying to make the film, the scary moments in the film, I was just essentially putting things in there that would scare me.
Yeah. So like what scares you?
Yeah, just like the unknown, the unseen. Like, is there something in my house? Is there somebody with me that I can't see? I guess like questions that we all kind of have about like, where do you go when you die and stuff that we'll never really have the answers to. So yeah, like that stuff creeps me out.
Well, this kind of vibe of if you live alone and you're in bed and you start hearing creaking or movement and you're like, wait, I don't have any roommates. I live alone. What could that be? And It's not the pet,
Yeah, or your own mind. Like if you're laying in bed at night and you're just like, your mind just starts wandering and you're just like thinking about all this like crazy stuff. Like, what if something's in my room right now? What if there's a ghost? What if there's a demon or a spirit? So yeah.
Yeah, I have been haunted by various bath towels and piles of clothing in the middle of the night, waking up and thinking that form in the corner.
Yeah.
No, that's just a bath towel. But so this is pretty much a solo act kind of film. You only have one performer in it. Talk a little bit about your actor and some of the recognitions that you've received for the film.
Yeah, so that just goes back to the second part of the inspiration to make the film is I had made this short film earlier in the year and it was like 30 minutes long. And again, I did it like very low budget, and it was just very stressful to make. I'm proud of it, but I wanted to make something completely opposite. So when I was writing, I kind of had these rules for myself that I was just like one actor, no dialogue, one or two locations, just make it very short, tight, and concise and to the point. And so that brought me to casting. And when I was casting, I found the actress Lindsay Von Hafen. She's phenomenal. And we had a lot of conversations about, I was just like, you really have to convey the emotion because there's no dialogue in this film. So if you're scared, you have to be scared. And I think she did a phenomenal job. And I always say she carried the film and she made it what it is. So
And she received an award, right?
Yes, yeah, yes. She received best performance at a different film festival, and she's also nominated for best performance at Ethereal.
Is this a film that it's definitely, it comes in, it's very tight, it tells a complete story in just under 5 minutes. But given the opportunity, would you expand this into a feature film, or is this you're wrapping it up and ready to move on from it?
No, I think I definitely would if I had the time to sit down and really expand on it. I feel like I could and make it into a feature. I would definitely would be open to that.
What kind of things would you add to it?
I probably give her the main character a little more backstory and just like add a nice little personal touch. I think for me personally, some of the best horror films are like character exploration and the haunting and the scary stuff is almost like secondary to that. It's still obviously the part of the film, but I really enjoy films like that.
For folks that may not be familiar with Night Visit, and they will be, what would be sort of the double feature? What films would you say, check this out and then check out Night Visit? Because that's really what I'm drawing from, or what I would love to be compared to.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. It's Paranormal Activity. I would say it was like an inspiration, but it's watching it now. It's not really scary for me, but at the time when I did see it, that film really creeped me out for whatever reason. And it is kind of similar because you don't see this creature, this entity that's haunting the people. So I guess maybe subconsciously I drew some inspiration from that.
Yeah, the unknown, the unseen, the creeping dread that just is kind of lingering out there in the shadows. All right, and speaking of just supporting you, how can people, because they're going to go check out Paranormal Activity and then they're going to check out Night Visit, how can they do that?
Yeah, the easiest way to find Night Visit is just put in my name, Joseph Santa Cruz, 3 words, and then Night Visit, and it'll pop up on YouTube, and you can watch the film there. And then also, if you want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do like lighting and video tutorials, behind the scenes. I really enjoy doing behind the scenes of the filmmaking process, and and then Instagram, all my other social media.
Very cool. All right. Well, Joseph Santa Cruz, the writer, producer, director, cinematographer of the short film Night Visit. Check it out. We're here at Ethereal Horror Festival in Austin, Texas, and I look forward to, seeing what other scares you have up your sleeve.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.